Shopping for an electronic drum set should be straightforward, but it rarely is. Two kits can look almost identical on a product page, then feel completely different once you're actually practicing, especially when space, noise, and comfort start to matter more than spec sheets. In this video, we'll break down what actually matters before you buy, and then we'll finish with 3 picks: a budget option, the best overall value, and a premium upgrade. We've included updated links with the best pricing in the description below. The first thing to think about is play, feel, and response, not just the number of pads. What matters is how consistently the kit registers your hits and how natural the rebound feels while you're learning timing and control. If response is uneven, practice becomes more frustrating than it needs to be. A common mistake is choosing based on how complete the kit looks, then realizing the experience doesn't feel consistent when you play for more than a few minutes. Second, treat the kit like a piece of furniture you perform on. Adjustability and layout matter more than most people expect, because comfort affects how long you'll actually practice. Height, tilt, and spacing don't just change ergonomics, they change your habits. A common mistake is assembling it once in the default layout and living with it, even if the snare and cymbals don't land where your hands naturally want them. Third, pay attention to the practice ecosystem: sounds, learning features, and connectivity. Onboard sounds and built-in tools can be enough for many people, but some setups benefit from app support or USB MIDI for deeper practice and creativity. The mistake here is assuming you need studio-level features right away, when the real question is whether the kit supports your day-to-day practice routine without extra friction. We looked across a wide range of popular options in this category. Many are solid, but once you factor in real-world reliability, ownership experience, and overall value, a smaller group stands out more consistently. We also lean toward options that reduce friction in normal homes, things like usable accessories, practical noise management, and layouts that work in multi-use rooms. Here are the 3 picks that make the most sense for most buyers. If you find this breakdown helpful, feel free to drop a quick like and subscribe for future reviews like this. For the best budget pick, we're going with the AODSK electronic drum set, typically in the low $200 range. It stands out because it tends to deliver the core practice experience: usable sounds, a complete bundle, and headphone-friendly play, without requiring you to spend your way into the category. For a first kit, that balance matters. It comes as a complete package with the essentials, including the drum module, throne, sticks, headphones, and cables, so you can get to practice without hunting for basics. It also includes a range of sounds and kits, plus demo songs, which gives you enough variety to keep early practice from feeling repetitive. The foldable, portable design is a practical win in smaller spaces, since it can be stored more easily than a full acoustic footprint. For day-to-day use, it also supports the routine most people actually need: headphone output for quieter sessions, an LED display, a built-in metronome, and common connection options like AUX input and USB MIDI output for basic music creation workflows. And while it's still an entry-level kit, it's positioned to feel closer to a real practice surface with a rebound-focused drumhead design. The main trade-off is that some plastic mounting components can be brittle, so it's worth approaching assembly and tightening with a bit of care. But within its price bracket, it offers a straightforward, complete, low-friction way to start practicing. And that's exactly what a strong budget pick is supposed to do. For the best overall value, we're going with the Donner DE-D80 electronic drum set, typically in the high $200 range. This is the sweet spot for most buyers because it tends to improve feel and usability without jumping into premium pricing. It's the kind of kit that makes regular practice easier to sustain. A big part of the value is the mesh pad design, which is intended to provide a more realistic playing experience than basic rubber pads, while also keeping noise manageable. The kit also leans into learning and variety. It includes a drum coach-style feature set, accompaniment tracks, and exercises, plus support for the Donner Play app, which can make practice feel more structured without turning it into homework. On the sound side, it includes a broad library, 180 sounds, multiple kits, and demo songs, so you have plenty to explore even without external software. It's also designed for apartment-friendly use. It's portable, foldable, and supports headphone practice. And if you do want to expand into music creation later, the USB MIDI connection gives it a path into DAW workflows. One thing to keep in mind is that the included accessories can be basic, especially the headphones and stool, and some people choose to upgrade those for comfort during longer sessions. Still, as an overall package, this is the default recommendation for most people because it balances realistic feel, practice-friendly features, and an easy on-ramp into learning, without asking you to spend like a hobbyist with a dedicated studio. For the best premium pick, we're going with the Alesis Nitro Pro electronic drum set, typically around the $700 range. What you're buying at this tier is a more serious practice instrument feel, quieter mesh heads, a more capable module, and a setup that's designed to keep up as your playing develops. The kit is built around an 8-piece configuration with mesh heads and a more robust hardware approach, including a steel rack and a mesh kick tower that supports double kick use. You also get a more advanced module experience, with a larger range of ready-to-play kits and a deep sound library, aiming for a more acoustic-like drum sound through multi-velocity samples. Where the extra cost shows up day to day is in the ecosystem and flexibility. The module includes Bluetooth for playing along, and USB connectivity for integrating with a computer. It also includes access to structured lessons, which can help turn random practice into steady progression if you actually use it. And the BFD software path gives you room to explore new sounds for practice or recording into a DAW. The main limitation is that assembly documentation can be rough, and setup may take time and patience, especially if you want everything positioned just right. But if budget isn't the main constraint, this pick makes the most sense for buyers who want an electronic kit that feels closer to a real instrument, supports serious practice habits, and has room to grow as skills improve. We've included links to each pick in the description with current pricing. Thanks for watching, and we hope this helped you figure out what makes sense for your space and your priorities.